I didn't feel like reading the whole story. What is it?
It's an editorial from the Dallas Morning News by Todd Robertson.
I saw you printed it, and I guess you wanted me to look at it, and I didn't feel like it.
Oh, I understand. It looks long. The headline reads, Mesquite mayor's race puts bizarre candidacy at the forefront.
Is there... All right, what makes it bizarre?
One of our listeners is challenging the incumbent mayor.
That's enough right there.
I know how you like to jump to the end.
Well, I didn't know if they had some type of weird platform of...
there's...
against gay marriage, or just something that's controversial.
The incumbent is Mayor John Monaco, a septuagenarian who holds his opponent in such low regard he won't even be seen in the same room with him. He won't even be on the same printed page with him, as is evident by Monaco's decision not to answer our voter guide candidates questionnaire. The challenger, and our listener, is Don Hill. He seems to have a good handle on Mesquite's biggest problems. And
I know that name, but I don't know why.
It sounds familiar to me, too, and I can't place it either.
He was the guy who sent us just a letter. I don't think we ever brought it up on air.
Is this the guy that wanted an autograph?
Exactly.
Yes. So he wanted everybody on the show to sign an autograph, didn't want to be a pain, sent a blank piece of paper with a self-addressed return envelope and said, if you could sign this and send it back to me, I'd appreciate it.
Wow.
Yeah. Didn't ask for anything beyond just signing our names and putting it in the mail.
Did we do that?
No. I had Chloe and Alfie box up as much Eagle stuff as we could find and shipped it out to his dog ass.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
I was going to say, because I don't remember signing a paper, and I feel like an a-hole.
Well, normally if you're not around, we'll forge it.
We also sent back, we along with all that stuff, sorry we lost that piece of paper you sent.
Yeah, we'll need you to send it again. But if there was anything show-related, Eagle-related, concert tickets, we grabbed everything that we could steal. Just because he didn't ask for dick. Send it to him.
That is pretty cool.
That's the way we roll.
Mm-hmm. So why should anyone, back to the editorial, why should anyone hold challenger Don Hill in low regard? He seems to have a good handle on Mesquite's biggest problems. An entrenched old boys network that runs the city council.
This is the editorialist speaking.
Yes, it is.
All right.
A lack of transparency on how major decisions in the city are being made, and an abysmal pothole-infested road system that is overdue for an overhaul. Hill understands how government should work, and he doesn't see it working in Mesquite. There is a problem, though. Hill is 18 years old, having graduated from John Horn High School just last year. He came to visit us for an interview, dressed in a sport coat, tie, blue jeans, and tennis shoes, carrying with him a Sony PlayStation 2, which he set up on our meeting table and used as a reference tool to look up facts and figures. When you go to shake his hand, the immediate instinct
is... here's the initial problem with potholes is using this PowerPoint presentation with Frogger. If you see the inherent problems of the frog getting across the street.
Here comes Mario.
In case you got problems with gorillas throwing barrels, I'll also address that with my agenda.
The editorial goes on to say, when you go to shake his hand, the immediate instinct is to recoil in astonishment as his hand extends with half-inch long nails protruding from all fingers. There's a danger of puncture wounds. But let's get past these superficial appearances and get to the issues. He'll list as his current civic involvement the fact that he is an ordained minister with American Marriage Ministries, an online service. He is also a member of the Russ Martin Show Listeners Foundation.
All right. I got the tie-in now.
And he volunteered for Mitt Romney 2012 presidential campaign. Never held public office, has $0 in campaign donations, and no contributors, not even his own parents.
What kind of campaign who's the incumbent?
The incumbent is Mayor John Monaco.
Is he actually spending any type of money, or does he just think this is I'm in?
I'm not sure if he spent anything. I'm sure he's probably got a couple signs up. So I'm sure he spent a few dollars just to remind people, hey, just make sure you write my name in or check me off. I'd like to keep a job. But
it doesn't sound like I don't know what kind of job he's done. He still may be the best person as far as mayor of Mesquite.
Might be.
But if the Don Hill guy's right,
mm-hmm.
Why not address different street issues?
Would make sense. Why not be transparent in your city government?
And I'm not sure, but I'm borderline. I think the Don Hill guy's retarded.
I don't think so.
Well, I don't mean legally. I just mean kind of, sort of in the. He's undecided. I mean, obviously, he's a straightforward guy.
Seems
because
to be.
when he asked for something from the show, he didn't want to. He wanted it to be as easy as possible and not come off like one of the normal glommers. Hey, you got all this free stuff. How about sending me something? I like an autograph. I know you guys don't have any pictures. Here's a blank sheet of paper. I actually said it that I didn't tear up, but it was just one of those moments of how can somebody be so unassuming, and you got other people that just have this sense of entitlement.
Yeah, take. Give me your autograph and give me tickets to Volbeat and a T-shirt and a koozie and a hat and one of your vans.
And let me make sure that I make this blatantly clear. We're not going to do this again. So if anybody thinks they're going to follow the same template and just send a piece of paper with a self-addressed stamped envelope and think we're going to sign it or send you a box of swag, we're not going to do it.
No.
Don didn't ask for anything. That was sincere. Those are the people that you want to do something for.
I'm okay with bribery, however.
If possibly there's some human growth hormones or some alcohol.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Just throwing that out there.
Hand job.
Mm-hmm. Nothing beats a good handy.
Yeah.
Nothing says thank you.
Just some swag.
But, it's, as far as being unassuming and being just kind of out in the open, the Don Hill guy was.
Yeah. And real quick, at the end of that editorial, they say the dude, meaning Don Hill, is obsessed with roads. I urge you to visit our voter's guide, see it for yourself as soon as it goes live, but I also urge you to compare his answers with those of Mayor Monaco and decide for yourself which one is more qualified to run Mesquite.
I thought Monaco didn't answer the questionnaire.
Exactly.
Oh.
Which one's more qualified? A young man with long fingernails and a PlayStation and no campaign money and no experience and an obsession with roads, or an incumbent mayor who has no answers and doesn't seem to want to engage? Voters in Mesquite, I wish you good luck. Makes me very glad I live in Dallas. That's the Todd Robertson.
That's still an iffy area. I'd have to look, excuse me, at the track record of Monaco.
It is.
Because he may have made some improvements in Mesquite that we don't know about.
Very
Just
possible.
because he doesn't want to answer a questionnaire, or maybe he's thinking, hey, I need to be running the city instead of dicking around with this.
And that might be the case.
But you don't know.
Because
at
he
least
hasn't...
that response to was this morning news?
Yes.
At least that response to them of, I got to run the city. I don't have time for your questionnaire. Thank you for the invite. Much obliged. TTYL.
Yep.
Or whatever.
No, you got it. You're right. That would have gone a long way as opposed to just ignoring it altogether.
And some amusement about this Don Hill fellow, and,
Doesn't want to acknowledge him, because if you do that, then all of a sudden he's got some type of credibility, because now the incumbent has acknowledged me, Don Hill.
That's right. I'm a threat.
but he's sort of acknowledging him by not acknowledging him.
No, that's not going to work.
No.
That's an interesting concept, but he hasn't acknowledged him because he hasn't acknowledged him.
All right, then.
Just because you don't, how do you acknowledge somebody by not doing it?
Well, it's just the elephant in the room kind of thing.
But he ain't in the room.
Well, he's on the page, though. He's on that questionnaire thing. And,
So?
that Monaco won't deal with.
Won't deal with. He doesn't have to. By not dealing with something doesn't mean I acknowledge it. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
Is this
I
questionnaire?
think I'm trying to get to how Dr. Thornton qualifies you've acknowledged him by not really acknowledging.
Well, that may not hold up, but the good doctor is correct when, hey, at least he's got his name in the paper. And that's a big thing for Don Hill.
Okay. I got this.
Okay.
By Monaco
Yes.
not acknowledging the questionnaire. Now they had an angle to write about in the paper.
There you go.
You got two people, one guy who doesn't care, one guy who actually answered the questionnaire. So by being a lazy F, you in essence kind of acknowledge Don Hill.
That'll work. Take that, Doc.
Thank you.
Is that where you were going with it?
Kind of like that.
Say it's exactly that.
Yeah, precisely.
There, thank you.
Like that.
That wasn't it, was it?
That was it.
Okay.
No, seriously.
He's just placating you.
All right. You got about 3 minutes, guys.